Hello everybody, welcome back to the episode of Blue Archive. In the last parts, I believe we did the hidden secret, the art events with Mio and the gang. Now we are off to do more story. Chapter 2 of Wild Hunt, or not Wild Hunt, of Arius. So let's just check it out and see what's gonna happen. Chapter 1 ended off relatively without any major problems, but given the thumbnail and the artwork that went along with the promotion for Chapter 2, I have a feeling things are gonna get a lot more serious. So, let's check it out, shall we? Let's check this out. Saying goodbye to yesterday. Alright, what's going on around here? Anonymous community service. The sound of someone in need of aid called to us, so we marched towards it in accordance with our duty. That doesn't even make sense. No, it does. When it comes to mine, it does. What? You know them? I've never met them in my life. Ah, Subaru, there. Hold on. Is everyone here? Yes. Here, but what was the purpose of that? Yes, please enlighten me. Rather than so brashly have taken hold of my hand, you may simply explain. What seems to be the issue, Sensei? That was a super scary face he made there. Do you need to hide it, cheer it away? To start, do I know these people? Yeah, they're the Remedial Knights. Trinity's Remedial Knights. A pleasure, Knights. I believe this is our first meeting since our encounter in the Fourth Sanctum. That sounds about right. Aha, what a hectic day, wasn't it? Has the squad been well? That reminds me, where's that one nun? The one with the intense outfit. Sakurako is busy with her duties as a sisterhood's. She's busy with testing. I mean, studying for tests. That test. Huh? But that doesn't mean you all should be studying too. So what happened is, holding out a hand in aid to those in need should not fall to the wayside simply because it is exam season. I stake my honor that our brave Remedial Knights will emerge unscathed from both aid and exam. This is the very embodiment of aid. And most significantly, I currently reign undefeated in the rankings of practice exams. That's actually incredible. You're amazing, Mine. Thank you, Sensei. That said, I have a request for everyone here. To talk about Trinity and the Remedial Knights here. Why would we need to do that? I am in agreement. To lay a veil of subterfuge over our righteous path of aid. Captain? I think I might know what Sensei is actually saying makes sense. You do? But are we not here to aid these beleaguered students? You see, if you don't hide the fact that Remedial Knights, it'll cause thorny fines to go all over our path of our aid. Is that so? Yes, it's also written in scripture, right? Something like, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. While I harbor no objections to the veracity of the statement, is the sentiment not more fitting than for the sisterhood? I think Sensei must have a really good reason for it. I see. I shall place my trust in your judgment. Sensei, we shall cooperate with your request. Thank you. You really are the best, Serena. Me? Thank you. Hey, Serena to the rescue. I understand. My heart still finds itself unwilling. I have gleaned your intentions. However, at times like these, where precisely when one must be willing to take the stage and proudly promulgate our message of aid, we need only conduct ourselves with sincerity, and Arius shall respond in kind. I'm begging you, please. I've given you my word, and it is my pleasure to heed Sensei's request. Or I hear another word of the Remedial Knights, no eternity shall pass our lips. Is everyone else okay with that? Yes. So that said, Captain, while we're here, do we have permission to call you just Mine? It may raise suspicion if we recall you Captain. Pardon? However, no, it would indeed be a strange address in this setting. And I suppose... Please go ahead then. Yes, Mine. Mine. I can do that, Mine. My apologies. I mean, no offense. It's only due to the current circumstances. Not at all. In fact, I find it rather pleasing. Mine. Does it not make me sound like a normal, approachable student? Sorry for interrupting, but if we were all ready then... The remedial night... No. An anonymous community service club is visiting Arius to spread their message of aid. Understood, everyone? Understood. Well, we really appreciate all this. I was just wondering. Are you and the rest of the squad members okay with this? There's no need to worry, Serena. If anyone were to ask us where we were from, we will respond Arius without question. But the reality is, we're somewhere in between. Even that's being generous. So everyone's happy now, right? Yeah, I'm so glad. It's always a pleasure to be around somebody so exuberant. Look forward to working with you. Me too. Having an eye with us would be akin to taking an energy pill. Why don't we trade Serena? You can have Hiyori in her stead. What? What? Nice to meet you, Serena. Mine. Sensei, can we consider this proposition a form of aid? Where am I going? Apologies, truly. I was simply so bright. I couldn't help but poke fun. I understand now. Anaya really is like a morning glory bloom, isn't she? I knew it was a joke the whole time. Definitely. You okay? I feel a little drained. I know that feeling. So what now? That's the question, Sensei. To begin, we must lay down a foundation from which the spirit of aid will burst forth. No. The Anonymous Community Service Club's first mission shall be to establish an infirmary. Sounds about right. You gotta start somewhere. Good work, Mine. And Sensei, too. Good work, Sensei. You too, Mine. Mine. That went faster than you thought it would. Duh, this is our specialty. Hello, Sensei. And... Hello, volunteers. Hello, are you the student council president here? We don't have those kinds of designations and titles here. I'm sorry, we're not fully familiar with how things are done here yet. We're not? Pardon? I better stop the two of them from saying more. So you mean to say you picked this place of all places to come volunteer without doing any research or having any particular reason? That's... Yes, it is as you say. Do you find fault with that? Mine? I won't go that far, but you have no idea how dangerous Kalai had. Despite that, you came all the way here to help the pitiable for your own self-satisfaction. In a way, it's mind-bogglingly brave. I presume your objections are more of a complicated nature. For more, our response is quite simple. You suffer from a lack of aid. Aid? As I said, and the only cure is to respond with a tsunami of aid. And if, through our efforts, we may reduce the number of people suffering by even one, then we cannot surrender. That is the essence of aid and community service. All else falls to the wayside. That's incredible, Mine. Indeed, incredible. Just as I've heard. She's heard? Yes, I've heard a lot about Trinity's remedial nights. What'd you say? The remedial nights? That's definitely not us three. We're the medical soldiers. I appreciate the effort, but you can drop the act. Did you really think you could slip some Trinity students past me, of all people? Now, I'm sure no one wants to drag us out, so let's get to the point. Just stick to your gimmick and some community service clubs who came to help. Stay in your lane, I'll allow this. Just know we would be having an entirely different conversation if this were the Tea Party or the Sisterhood. But I do know that the Remedial Knights is a bit of an oddball club in Trinity. You know all that. It was nothing. We were on one academy once, weren't we? Well, that's that. Keep your heads down and your mouth shut, and I'll give you a pass. Are we all in agreement? Understood. We agree to your conditions. Thank you. But the Remedial Knights captain didn't come with you all. Well, I guess that makes sense. There's only one of her, after all. Running a huge club like that must make it difficult to participate in its activities. Huh? That's... right. Our captain is currently providing aid to others in need. That's why she sent us. Yes, that is correct, essentially. Okay, well, anyways, I'm glad to hear that. I've heard things about her, too. She's a militant leader who bulldozes anything and anyone in her way. Could you imagine if someone like that were to come here? I must interrupt. You seem to harbor misunderstanding here. The Remedial Knight's captain is someone who has dedicated her very life and soul to the mission of spreading aid. Here, we just call someone like that an ignorant blockhead. Have care of your words, please. She can conduct herself with sincerity and unwavering resolve. To denigrate... what is this word? Nigrates? To denigrate her efforts and character so flippantly. Your Remedial Knights really do trust and respect each other, don't you? Understood. Let's move on then. My presence here is just going to be a distraction from your community service, so I'll be slipping out. If something comes up, well, call me. Mine. Worry not, Serena and I. This is every more reason to wholly dedicate ourselves to our mission. Yes. However, before that, I shall retire for a short rest. My apologies. Of course, take your time, please. And why don't we go move this box outside in the meantime? Okie dokie, leave it to me. Hey, you okay? Naturally, I suppose attempting to conceal this from you is a fool's errand. When one is faced with such bottomless fury, seething just beneath the surface, what is the purpose of proper recourse one could provide? Is that what you felt? Yes. These are the thoughts that stayed my tongue. The proper recourse, that in itself is offering aid. To receive the hatred of those who have resided here all this time. If that alone could dissipate it, I would receive it again and again. However, they remain steadfast in that boiling pot of hatred. Aid is communication, a relationship. If I reach out my hand and it is rejected, how can that be aid? Besides, perhaps my belief here is a cynical one, however. You cannot hope to persuade someone who does not at least hold open the door to allow you to peer in. I've seen it before. People who board up the entryway entirely, all while praying that someone with the strength to tear down their barricades entirely will one day come knocking. Sensei, is something troubling you? Are you injured? I thought about it again and again, but I should have handled things properly back then. Maybe I should have left things the way I did, or as soon as I did. Hindsight is often our greatest critic. You cannot diminish what you have done for this place, and for us who perceive mistakes and faults. However, regarding the situation, to them we are of Trinity, therefore we are the Remedial Knights. Should we claim to empathize or understand their plight, the Arius students' hatred would only fester ever more deeply. So perhaps this desire of mine is one rooted in arrogance. Regardless, my naive soul desires to mend the bridge which binds us. You'll never reach a better tomorrow through distrust and ignorance. It's all lip service, however. Now, this might be my first time seeing you tired, Mine. Well, it may be. May well be. I feel you have shifted from your usual demeanor as well, Sensei. I have an inquiry. As your student, now as a captain of the Remedial Knights. When one finds themselves at the end of the rope, what gives them the strength to continue holding on? Hey, Sensei. Say, hypothetically, if someone really, really, really wanted to throw their life away. Is it even possible to stop them? Things that they believe in, the people they trust in. Belief, you say? Your talent for catching me off guard remains unparalleled. Surely an educator's response should follow along the lines of act with logic and caution. Every challenge is merely an obstacle to overcome. Life doesn't always work that way. People tend to be motivated by their feelings and belief system. Whether that be faith in something greater or trust in something else and something inside themselves. Huh? Emotions were reflections of our consciousness, which is why we tend to respond to them more reflexively. People aren't that biting of their emotions. They help push people forward and help follow their hearts. I see. It seems I've received a private lesson from you, Sensei. As long as you believe in yourself and that the path you've chosen is correct, then I should continue down the path I have chosen. However, who defines right from wrong? How can that one be certain path that you've chosen is the correct one? You have to prove it to yourself. I've been trying to do the same. You, as well. What could you possibly... How could I ignore a student in need of aid? I couldn't call myself a teacher if I did. How very simple. And yet it didn't occur to me. Thank you, Sensei. Truly, I cannot fully express my gratitude. Gently, Maya leaned her head against me. Please excuse me, Sensei. Just for this moment. Yes, even a moment is enough. So please allow me this. Girl. With her head pressed against my shoulder, Maya began breathing evenly in no time. I feel like time had frozen for that moment, but it didn't take long for it to shatter. Oh boy. I don't like the sound of that. An unidentified noise. Sensei, did you hear it as well? I heard it too. What could it have been? Someone blowing a horn or something. Yes, it could be interpreted as a signal of some sort. It's hard to tell. It kind of had an ominous ring to it, though, didn't it? I think so, too. What should we do, Mine? It matters not. We shall do as we must. Oh boy, I don't like the sound of that horn at all. Trumpets blow. Here you go, one for you too. There's lots of go around. Please inform an orderly line. Are we just gonna disregard the horn? What even is all this stuff? To begin, this food package was especially created to treat nutritional deficiencies. While not to the extent of malnutrition, the medical exams for you and all the students residing here will have revealed concerning issues. However, saturated fat and sugar levels were elevated. Regardless, please make use of these rations to address your nutritional deficiency. You will find the taste to be sweet. 500 calories per pack would be excessive for those of regular diets. However, these are designed to efficiently replenish the body. They are easily digested, as well as high in nutrition, vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Please consume 2 to 3 a day to begin with. Thank you. And look, this is water. This is a water purifier straw. There's a built-in filter, so you can even drink out of a puddle with this. How do you have a water purifier in a straw? I want to see this. I'm kind of curious. It filters out microorganisms and can remove up to 99.9% of bacteria. It's like a special tool that makes it so you can drink water from anything. These portable ones can filter out like 700 liters of water. Oh, and it can't filter out viruses, chemicals, salt, or heavy metals. What else? Make sure to drink slowly. Secondly, the straw has limits. The water's too dirty or muddy, it won't be able to filter everything. Okay, I think I'm done talking now. Does that mean we don't have to collect rainwater in pots anymore? Or get sick after drinking still water? We also have first aid kits. No one can predict an emergency, so it's important to be prepared. This kit contains 30 types of basic medical supplies. Did you say 30? Yes, it contains first aid supplies, a small flashlight, a battery pack, emergency manuals, hand warmers, and even an emergency foil blanket. It's a standard first aid kit from our community service club. That's their standard. Incredible. Are we gonna completely disregard the horn? I'm surprised that you're even holding classes in a makeshift infirmary like this. Education knows no borders. I see. But what's the point of all this? Especially stuff like math, like quadratic functions and calculus. You might not use mathematical formulas in your everyday life, but learn to think mathematically will help you too. Think mathematically? What does that mean? You piqued my curiosity as well. Please elaborate, Sensei. Math is just a language system that uses numbers as words. Okay, I think I get it. You're saying that math removes an ambiguity and explains the world with numbers? So people who study math tend to be skilled at defining and explaining the problem's cause, process, and results? And following that vein, it teaches you to gather and analyze evidence to guide you onto a logical conclusion. I see. Math is good for finding order and rules and chaos? I still don't get it. Girl, I'm with you too. I can help you with being more persuasive. People like when things are clear and easy to understand. Something with math can help you with that. So do your best to familiarize yourself with mathematical thinking. And by doing so, you can also something to get others to listen to you. You can even show off a little at times. Huh. That doesn't sound that bad. If I had this mathematical thinking back then, would I still have gone through all what I did? What happened? She got taken advantage of. That's what happened. They are? Aren't they the ones who caused the Eden Tree tragedy? What are you delinquents doing in our neighborhood? Ugh, this is why a child's upbringing is important. A normal school would never let their kids run amok like Arius does. A few things happened. When we left, Arius. I knew it! I knew this was gonna be scary. Adults are scary. The world is scary. Now think about it. Isn't Sensei also an adult? Yeah, you're right. I apologize on behalf of adults. What? Sensei, you don't have to. You don't have to. Oh boy. Yeah, the world's outside world can be like that, but none of it is a reflection on you. Saki. Well, it'd be easy to point our fingers at adults and the way the world works and call it a day. But nothing is black and white like that when it comes to life. So just ignore all of it. Erase stupid adults like that from your memory. You can't do anything about them, so accept and deal with what you can, and live. The world is already awful enough. Endure what you can. There was a time in my life I didn't understand why I had to keep it on going either. But Sensei just told me to give it a try, so I am. I'm trying to live. What is it? You're getting on my nerves. Saki, you grew up so fast. Shut it, Sensei. Quit the crocodile tears. You're obviously enjoying yourself. You know, you're the biggest problem of all, Sensei. You better watch yourself. What? Sensei is? Yeah, they're the worst. An absolute menace. Sensei woke up one day and decided to give me a hope. And I followed through too. If they had been lying, I could have finally given up. But now that I can't, Sensei should take responsibility for what they did to me for the rest of our lives. But they haven't. That's Sensei. Watch your back. I see. Huh? Does that mean we're going to be together forever? Stop with those ambiguous, easy, and misinterpreted statements. Vanitas vanatum is always in vain. Vanitatum? I can never say that word right. Sao? It's a phrase I've heard countless times, but also a phrase that was misinterpreted countless times. Its original meaning was, since all things will pass, to take things in moderation. You mean everyone will dissolve into the past. One day we might look back and think of this as nothing more than a hazy memory. Or we might never get to that day. The future is guaranteed, to be set in one's ways is unwise. The only kind of future that should be predetermined are the numbers written in a contract. Yes, that's very important. Oh boy, that's a horn again. A trumpet again? Is that 4 now? There's something happening out there. Keep calm, panic never helps. What's the situation? Shalmai Sowery. Over there. Uh-oh. What are those? We don't know. They came out of nowhere. Seem to be absorbing our attacks. This feeling, I'm sure. It's similar to that thing that appeared last time I heard the trumpet. Could it be? What the heck are they? First a trumpet, then 4 of these things. Huh? What trumpet? Are you serious? It was blaring in my ear. Do we need to check your hearing? What about you, Subaru? Did you hear the trumpet? No, I didn't hear anything. See? That's weird. Ah, they're coming this way! Everyone get behind us! Yeah. Is everyone okay? Did anyone get hurt? We're ready. Mine. Perfect. From now on, the Anonymous Community Service Club shall be served as a bulwark against this threat. Let's go. Not even a second of hesitation. Guess I saw that coming. Things like that don't matter anymore. Think of it as us protecting our old home. Everyone be careful. Oh boy. Oh, damn, look at that health bar. Holy shit. Lord. Oh, they're rinsing us. Yeesh! I ain't gonna win against those things. Whatever the fuck those things are. Where help is needed. Gah! Atsuko, get back! Misaki? Watch out! Mine? Ugh. What is this? Everything is dark. Am I sinking? Ugh. It was a matter of perspective. In a way, it was simple. In a way, it was trivial. There were those who believed they alone held the pen to the truth. Mankind instinctively seeks to prove itself to God. Declaring to be the true orthodox is inherently a declaration that all who oppose you are wrong. And the council hereby declares the permanent and irrevocable excommunication of Arius. In the name of our holy parents, holy children, and the Holy Spirit. And thus began the long history of our persecution. This is Arius's. There was no path forward, with nothing but bloodied hands and battered souls we forged our own. Light faded from existence, and we were sacrificed to the shadows. They left us to rot in sewage and despair, and existence is no better than the rats that scuttled beneath their feet. Trinity thirsted for our complete eradication. From the highest reach of the sky to the deepest pits of this land, they wanted our existence to be expunged from reality itself. It was under these circumstances that our survival became the highest form of resistance, our only one. We festered with a hatred that we were too weak to avenge, and so it collapsed inwards. So many were lost. Meaningless loss soon began entangled in the rhythm of our everyday lives. Hatred spread through us like poison. And thus, Vanitas Vanitatum, all was in vain. Trinity, those presumed judges, declared excommunication inevitable. Trinity, those presumed judges, declared the consequence of our own sins. Trinity, those presumed judges, declared such suffering our penance and fate. Here we protest. Fate is nothing but a fabrication. Nothing in this world is predetermined. If not for their own machinations in the past, where would we be standing? They must answer us. If not for the history they determined, what kind of tomorrow would we be dreaming of? They must answer us. If not for the hatred they planted, what fruits of love would be harvesting today? They must answer us. Please forgive me. I was wrong. Sorry. 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 So sorry. I'll never. There exists a world where it was sin for a child to hope. There exists a world where it is a sin for a child to pray for happiness. I'll let go of all hope. I won't rebel. I'll never pray for happiness. Never again. I'm sorry. In such a world, even the word mercy no longer holds meaning. Have mercy, please. Mercy. God. Answer us. What sanctity lies in the truth that took away our children? What is righteousness before the tears of a starving child, whose meals are procured through thievery, whose hands know no warmth but their own breath? Who can claim justice before a child whose life has known naught but meaningless suffering? That's... Answer! It's your duty! Your obligation! The prison resident is built upon the foundation of its dark past. It was a mere matter of perspective, interpretation, something so simple, so utterly trivial. And yet, from this wellspring did rage and resentment, hatred and despair burst forth. The children of this land have long walked alongside death, treading closer than any other else in Kavodos. So tell me, by what audacity, or what entitlement do you dare live on? Answer. I cannot, for I possess no answer to your question. The issue lies in the question itself, for no justification can or should ever be made. Oh boy. Even the stars and the moon in the sky could not bear to face their sins and hide away their light, and hid away their light. Quo vadis? Quo? As your student, there's something I want to ask you. At the end of the lowest of the lows, what makes someone stay on their feet? This is... I see. Remember when I asked Sensei this? It's not quite what you asked, but somewhere along the same lines. And Sensei's response had been... what that person believes in. So when things don't work that way, what makes someone act is their feelings and beliefs. Whether it be faith in something great, or trust in something within themselves. Sensei, and where is it I must place my faith? Please, guide me, Sensei. How can Trinity atone? all the sorrow and tragedy he caused. Do what you believe in. I do not recall Sensei saying such a thing. What you believed in. What kept you going in your darkest moments. No, wait. This is... I know it. I'm certain this is Sensei's advice. We cannot change the past, but that doesn't mean we can't continue living in the present. So if the path you took till now isn't wrong, continue to stay true to that path and prove yourself. The path I took, that's... If you turn a deaf ear to the voices calling out for help, how would you see yourself? You see, that's how Sensei... I have my answer. Perhaps it may not be a satisfactory one. However, I shall declare here and now my right to continue living on despite our sins. You are correct. This world is one overflowing with sorrow, one where pain is often the keystone of our existence. The present could not exist without the sacrifices etched into the foundations of the past. Despite these incontrovertible truths, I shall continue my trivial, menial pursuits. And if those pursuits can remove even one spoonful from the deluge of sorrows, I seek nothing else. There are things in this world I must protect. I do not do so with the expectation of reciprocation. Since when did my hubris lead me to such reprehensible entitlements? For it is both my duty and my pride to follow my path to righteousness. Go forth with faith and honor in your heart. Upon reflection, calls for aid echoed all around me. If I could only return in time and attend to each and every one of them, why must the limits of our bodies be so restrictive to our desires? Regardless, the path forward is clear. I shall never allow those voices to fall upon deaf ears again. As long as these feeble hands can reach, I shall hold them out. It is my naive hope that these seemingly microscopic choices shall accumulate, piece by piece, effort by effort, and one day, each and every one of these innocent children can see a better future and a better time. For medicine knows no borders. Everyone behind me! Captain? We went out to protect you! Oh. So much for not uttering the word of remedial.
私が前に出ますので、背中をお願いします。誇りと信念を胸に刻み。少々苦しいですね。
Girl down. May punishment find you. I got maybe time for one more part. Mine! Captain! Oh boy. Ah, we have to secure airway. Breathing seems to be stabilizing. Got it. I'll start loosening the clothes around her neck and waist. Get a stretcher. Yes, please. Did you hear that? You heard it too. She definitely just said remedial nights, right? So those volunteer people were from Trinity? That captain. She was there. She was there the day Madam disappeared. You saw her? What was she like? Well... From here on out, your role is to quickly rescue and retreat any enemies that injure. What's wrong? Whoa. Whoa! Oh boy. Someone's shouting, whoa to the inhabitants! Because of the trumpet blast about... Ah, shit, I couldn't read the rest of that. What was that? Was that loud voice coming from the sky? Woe to the inhabitants? Because the trumpet blast is about to be sounded by the 3 other angels? Could it be that? There's no way. That's just a story from the book of Revelation. But it's the book of Revelation. You know, the one Arius believes? Wouldn't that mean that right here at this place? Yeah. Then we know what those are too. They must be the angels of Revelation. Or harbingers of the end of the world. What in the world was that? Do any of you know? This could be. It's impossible. It must be. It's Zuko. I'm sorry, Sensei. All I have is conjecture at the moment. However, it should not our priority be to move the remedial knights to safety. Serena, is Mine okay? Yes, Sensei, she's not in critical condition, but... Serena? Sensei? The Arius squad. Got it. Sensei, Misaki, we're opening up a path. Sorry, but could you make your way for us? Subaru? Stand down, everyone. At least for now. Got it, Subaru. Thank you, all of you. There's no need. I'm happy up there too to be of assistance. Yes, for the remedial knights as well. Thank you. I thought we were done for. And you too, Senna. I was simply following a standard protocol for emergency response. I'm pleased to be working with the remedial knights again as well. However, she's... Senna. What's wrong, Senna? How should I put this? To begin, there are no medical issues with her current physical condition. Confirm this. Estimating from the times listed in the report, she should have regained consciousness by now, but it's simply something to note as of now. However, please understand, Sensei. What I'm going to say isn't a reflection of any kind of data, but just my base intuition. In a way, it's a compilation of all the data I've accrued during my long history of fieldwork. I have a bad feeling about this. Captain! Can I give you any more details? My apologies, but it's difficult to explain. But still, my intuition is telling me that Mine's journey to recovery will be a long one. For the time being, we'll keep her vitals stable and treat symptoms as they present. Understood. I'll escort you to the remedial knights' main building. Wouldn't that be a bit dangerous for you? It wouldn't be my first time. Let's... Sensei? Captain, are you okay? What the fuck happened to her? Sorry, Hanai. Persistent ringing echoes in my ears. If you could please... I'm sorry. Is this better? Yes, thank you for your consideration. And Senna, go ahead. You were correct. My current consciousness is only temporary. I'll shall be in your care for the foreseeable future, so thank you. I see. And Sensei, I must ask something of you before my time runs out. Ask me anything. Yes. I must thank you first, however. I only clawed my way out of the darkness led by the light of your words. And now my request. Please protect the everyday lives of the students here at Arius. I understand the request is both unexpected and unanticipated. However, I must ask it of you. For somewhere along the way, I had begun to take it all for granted. The mundane routine of rising in the morning, donning one's uniform, attending class, participating in club activities, returning to a dorm room. While mundane, trivial aspects of everyday life for us, they are precious moments to others. In reality, the stability afforded those who are able to establish a daily routine is a result of the accumulation of many little miracles. Pardon? You wish me to travel to Arius? Yes, and your mission. I want you to help Sensei, who will be there helping the Arius students prep for an exam. Arius students? An exam? What does this all mean? Exactly as it sounds. I did hope to keep Sensei from physically attending Arius for the sake of their safety. I suppose I should have known that's not in Sensei's nature. It matters not if their destination is the hell written in scripture. Sensei will always be to go to the student in need. Yes, I agree. Then, to my understanding, our objective is to secure Sensei's safety. Well, that is always of utmost importance. I have something more important to ask of you. I want you to provide aid to Arius in whatever form it may need. I trust that you, of all people, understand what it is you're implying. I know I've always had a certain manner about me that you dislike, the Captain Mine, but in light of recent events, I hardly think you would hold me in the highest regard. I don't come to you ignorant of this, which is why this is not an order from the tea party to the Remedial Knights. It is a humble request from Kirifuji Nagisa to Amori Mine, because I'm certain that Arius is in need of your aid. Some would assert that Trinity has no right to offer their hand to Arius, and they would be correct. However, others still know that Amori Mine does not allow such obstacles to stall her pursuit of what's right. I'll not say I hold you in low regard, Kirifuji Nagisa. The Remedial Knights were the ones who abdicated their right to a seat at the tea party. We prefer to pursue our own justice, free of the burden of the positions and duties. In some ways, I'm grateful to you. However, I do not believe you and I can ever agree on method and manners. My apologies. I understand. Then I shall make my way to Arius, claiming to be following a cry for help. What you've done here, Sensei. You've given these students a glimpse of a life they were meant to have, and yet it was cruelly taken from them. Things such as experiencing classes, studying with others, obsessing over trivial matters. These small daily routines of a student's life. Please, protect them. Yes, I will. Thank you. Captain! She lost consciousness again. What the fuck happened to her? It's a good sign that she was at least temporarily able to wake up, however. Well, perhaps it's about a reflection of Mine's internal strength. Well then, Sensei, time is of the essence. Please take care. There they go. They're gone. I hope mine will be okay. I trust Senna. I see. Okay. That's so, Atsuko. Is there anything more you can tell me? About what Arius knows about these trumpets? Not much in a sense. We only know their names. Again, this is mere speculation, but they seem to be the beings we call the Angels of Revelation. But somehow they really were Angels of Revelation. Then that would mean... Yes. It's the beginning of the end of the world. Oh, great. Didn't we already have that already? We already had one catastrophe happen. Do we need another one? Alright, we're getting close to time, so I'm going to wrap it up here. When we come back, we will continue the story. So, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you then. Later.